What's going on, guys? MariK here, back with another Dragon Ball Super video. As you guys are aware, Bandai has revealed Set 12 to us today. An ass ton of information has come out, and we just went over, in the previous video, we went over the the trailer for Set 12, and honestly, that shit got me super hyped. They also revealed the designer notes, part 1 today. So in this video, we're going to go ahead and take a look at that, see what we've got coming for all these extra characters, and honestly, I'm a little more hyped than I thought I'd be for some of these new characters getting some support. So without further ado, let's go ahead and check this shit out. Unison Warriors Series Set 3 Vicious Rejuvenation. Set for release in January 2021. We're not going to read all of this crap because, you know. So, we've developed this set to be tons of fun for both returning players and those who are just starting out. So, it's a great opportunity for your friends to give the game a try. This designer note will go over the general outline for the set and will follow up with more specific deck information. Set is released centered on the storyline of Mechi impending resurrection, so it's got plenty of formidable foes who have returned to their prime, resurrected, or changed forms and powered up. The title was inspired by Mechi himself, Vicious Rejuvenation. With this release, the Shadow Dragons who have been gathering since Set 1 Rise of the Unison Warrior have now assembled. The long-awaited Omega Shenron makes its first appearance here, heralding the completion of the Shadow Dragon deck. The set introduces the keyword skill Rejuvenate, which is a highly unique skill even when compared to existing keyword skills. This powerful skill gives Unison cards a life recovery effect, a first for the Dragon Ball Super card game. Leaders seeking a new way to get stronger now have incredible assistance from the Unison Warriors. If you'd like to learn more about the keyword skill, just check out the previously posted video. We already did that. There's the video. We're not going to bother worrying about that. The cards with Rejuvenate are King Piccolo, Janemba, Slug, Turles, Frieza, the Shadow Dragons, Shroom and Salsa, and Gogeta Zeno and Gohank Zeno. So, pretty much everybody is getting that rejuvenated ability, with the exception of Launch and Pikkon. So, going to be a lot of this rejuvenate, a lot of life gaining, which honestly might make games go longer. We'll just have to wait and see. Quite the lineup of powerful players, blah, blah, blah. Let's just go ahead and take a look at them. We got some pretty dope art. Honestly, I like the Gogeta and the Turles art the best. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the previews for some of the cards in Set 12. Now, as the red cards have already been revealed, we're not going to go ahead and touch up on this because we've already done that in a separate video. But red is all about Launch and the Z Fighters in the Dragon Ball Saga. We've got King Piccolo and his Demon Clan stuff. And it even looks like it goes along with some of the other King Piccolo stuff from other sets, like this King Piccolo, the New Ruler from the Draft Box 3. You've got the King Piccolo Wish Leader. So we're just going to go ahead and jump right to the other colors, since these are the ones we haven't got to see on the card list. Blue being Janemba. The biggest reveal this time has to be the first appearance of Pikkon. I don't know what's with the weird-ass spelling. His unison brings him together with Frieza and Cell for an afterlife team-up. So, let's go ahead and check out the leader. His special trait is West Galaxy Warrior. When this card attacks, look it up to 2 cards from the top of your deck. Add up to 1 mono blue card among them to your hand. Place the remaining cards on top of your deck in any order. Choose up to 1 of your Pycon cards with energy cost of 3 or less and return it to its owner's hand. Okay, so it lets you bounce your own cards back. The leader attacks. You get to add a card to your hand. But why would you want to, unless they have an auto that triggers on play, I'm not sure why you'd want to bounce your cards back to your hand. Life is 4 or less. Draw 1 card, switch 1 to active, and flip this card over. So we got Pycon, Penetrating Strike. When this card attacks, look at 2 cards from the top of your deck. Choose add a mono blue. Place the remaining card at the bottom of the deck in any order. Choose a Pycon 3 or less, and up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards 3 or less, return them to their owner's hand. So you get to return a Pycon and 1 of your opponent's battle cards, but 3 or less seems a little low. But at the same time, maybe you don't want it to be too overpowered. Activate main says, once per turn, look at up to 3 cards from the top of your deck and put them back in any order. Interesting, because it does let you choose the order you get stuff, which can be a very, very big game changer, but I'm a little disappointed the leader doesn't do more than that. I am happy to see Pycon make his debut, though. It starts off supporting Goku and Vegeta and helps get Gogeta into play. In the mid-game, he even makes use of certain legendary card from the past. So let's go ahead and check out this Pycon first. So 1 cost, 4,000 power. Auto says, if your leader is a blue Pycon, when this card is played, draw 1 card, add up to 1 card from your left to your hand, and choose 1 card in your hand and place it on top of your deck. Alright, so you're not discarding your card, you're putting it back on top of your deck, then you can draw it again. I mean, you could bounce this card, and then you can draw, but still, I'm not sure. So Auto's Burst 1. If your leader card is a blue Pycon, when this card is removed from your battle area by a skill, if the card you placed in the drop area with this skill was a blue Son Goku or Vegeta card, and then you cost of 1, you may play it with its skills negated for the turn. It has to be a blue 1 cost. So let's go ahead and take a look at these new ones. We've got Son Goku Heavy Hitter. He's a 1 cost, 10,000 power with barrier. This card can't be played from any area except by skills. Activate main says, if your leader card is a blue Pycon, and you discard this card, look at the 3 cards from the top of your deck, add up to 1 Mono Blue Saiyan or West Galaxy Warrior, with energy cost of 5 or less among them to your hand. Place the remaining cards on top of your deck in any order, then place this card on top of your deck from your drop area. And you can't activate these skills. So, Pycon's kind of the, like a counter to Janemba, in a way, because you keep putting your cards on top of your deck, which seems fitting, especially considering, you know, Pycon was in the Janemba movie to help fight Janemba, or more or less to scream at the weird jelly bean things. Then we got Vegeta, Sentinel from Hell. He's a 1 cost 10,000 with blocker. Can't be played from any area by skills. If you lose a blue Pycon and you discard this card, 3 cards from top of your deck, add up to a Mono Blue Saiyan or West Galaxy Warrior, 5 or less. Place remaining cards on the bottom of the deck. Or top of the deck, sorry. Then place this card on top of your deck from your drop area. So, again, it's a really interesting take on, like, recycling your resources. So, putting stuff on top of the deck is a really, really interesting way to do things. I'm interested to see where the rest of this color takes us. This theme starts out by placing Goku and Vegeta on top of the deck, centering on using a cost 1 Pycon skill such as the one above, and it uses the leader's auto skill to return to your hand. So let's go ahead and take a look at this unison. Frieza and Cell, a match made in hell. It's a specified 2 cost, 15,000. Rejuvenate once per turn to remove 4 markers from this card. Auto says once per turn, when this card in a battle area is returned to its owner's hand by a skill, draw 1 card, choose 1 card in your hand, place it on top or bottom of your deck. So, I mean, but again, like, bouncing a unison card, I mean, I guess you could bounce it, but then you would still need to play it again, or play another one. See, I'm not sure how I feel about bouncing a unison card, since they seem to be so detrimental to, like, the strategy of playing the game now. It's +1, says, activate main, choose up to 1 blue battle card in your hand with an energy cost or 1 and play it. So, okay, so you get to pretty much just start spamming your 1 drops with this unison and adding markers as well. So that's not bad. I kind of like it. It's weird to have a deck that's gonna have like a Frieza and a Cell, and then like heroes like Goku and Vegeta. But hey, if it works, it works. Then we got West Galaxy Revival. It's a 1-cost extra card with a butt ton of text. So here we go. Activate main. If your leader card is a blue Pycon card, draw 2 cards. Choose 1 card in your hand, place it on top of your deck. Then switch up to one of your mono blue energy to active mode. You can't activate the activate main skills on copies of this card for the turn. If your leader card is a blue Pycon and you choose one of your blue unisons with the rejuvenate skill, then send this card from your drop area to your warp, place the top card of your deck under the chosen unison, and you can't activate the activate main skills to the end of the turn. So, So it basically lets you draw, and you switch energy to active mode, so it's more or less was a free play, or it gives you more cards to fuel your rejuvenate ability. I kind of like that skill a bit better. We've got another new Pycon, Stalling for Time. He's a 3-cost 10,000 with blocker. If your leader card is a blue Pycon card and you don't have a Gogeta card in play, when one of your cards is returned to your hand from your battle area, play this card from your hand. You can't play copies for the turn. If you have 3 or more energy, when this card is removed from your battle area by an opponent's skill or KO to activate the skill. At the start of your next main phase, you may pay 2 blue. If you do, choose up to 1 blue Gogeta card in your hand with an energy cost of 5 and play it. So, wow, that's pretty wild, because that right there is very solid support for the blue Gogeta starter deck stuff that came out with set 5. I think we actually still have some of that stuff. So it'd be really cool to be able to kind of mesh that stuff with the new Pycon stuff. Then we've got Gogeta the Demon Slayer, who's also a 5-cost Gogeta, 25,000 power, unique, barrier, and dual attack, but it's not a unison. Activate main for 3 blue energy. Says if your leader card is a blue Pycon card, you place 1 blue Goku and Vegeta, energy cost of 1 from your deck in your drop area, and shuffle your deck. Play this card from your hand. So you can play him for 3 energy. I'm trying to think. I believe the Gogeta I was just referencing is actually a 4-cost, or well, you had to unison him for 4, I believe. I could be wrong, so this one might be easier to play. Activate main. Says once per turn, burst 1 for 1 blue energy. If your leader card is a blue Pycon card and you have 4 or more energy, if this card is placed in your drop area with this skill was a blue Gogeta card with an energy cost of 8, play it on top of this card. So this one in particular gives you a very easy way to play the Gogeta secret rare that came out of set 5. That secret rare just jumped up in value with this reveal. Easily. Because not only is it playable, but it was a good secret rare to begin with. It just was difficult to play, and then they banned Gogeta 7, which needed to go anyways, because fuck that card. But now we actually have a solid, easy way to bring out that secret rare Gogeta. So, anybody that has that secret rare Gogeta, you just made bank. See, and even here, right here, Miraculous Fighter, Super Saiyan 3 Gogeta. They're actually showing it off. Both these cards can be played with the skill Gogeta the Demon Destroyer. See, right there. So, but the other option is you can play Gogeta Godspeed Demolisher. Is an 8-cost 30,000 with double strike and dual attack. You can also EX evolve it for 2 blue energy on a Gogeta with an energy cost of 5. Auto says once per turn, if your leader is a mono blue, when this card is played, or your opponent activates a battle card skill, choose 2 of your opponent's battle cards, return them to their owner's hand. So he doesn't have to be played with the Pycon support. You can actually just play like OG blue Gogeta stuff. So I kind of like that. I might actually try and build something like that. If your leader card is mono blue and you have 6 or fewer cards in your hand, at the end of your opponent's turn, they choose 3 cards in their hand and place the rest at the bottom of their deck in any order. That's a fucking solid-ass ability. And this is a super rare too, so we know this Gogeta is going to be one of the SPRs for the set. And I gotta say, I actually really fucking love this card. This card is fucking badass. Then we've got the new Janemba stuff. Add 1 card from your life to your hand. When this card attacks, choose up to 1 blue Evil Incarnate or Demon card. Energy cost 2 or less in your hand and play it. So that would let you get, like, kind of get started on the old, like, Janemba stuff a lot faster than the old leader. Life is 4 or less. Draw 2 cards. Flip this card over. On the Awakened side, Demonic Dynasty. When this card attacks, draw 1 card. Activate main once per turn for 1 blue energy. Place 1 card from your life in your drop area. Play up to 1 blue Evil Incarnate with energy cost of 2 from your energy. Interesting that it would play it from your energy. So we'll have to see if any of the Janemba stuff has an ability that triggers while it's in your energy or when it's played from there. We also have a 3-cost 30,000 vanilla Janemba, a 2-cost 20,000 vanilla Janemba, and another 2-cost 10,000 Janemba Enchanted Transformation with critical. Activate main says for 2 blue energy, place this card in its owner's drop area, choose up to 1 skillless Evil Incarnate with energy cost 3 or less from your deck, and then shuffle your deck. So, basically, turn 2, you use the leader's ability, play this guy, swing with it, get some crit damage, activate main, use your 2 energy, because turn 2 you got 2 energy, and then you go from here and you go into fucking Big Boy McGee here. Then we've got what looks like a really solid-ass looking card, Janemba Bewitching Blow. He's a 3-cost 19,000 with crit and dual attack. At the end of your turn, send this card to its owner's warp. Activate main. If you have 3 or more energy and you choose 1 of your blue skillless battle cards with energy cost 2 or 3 and return it to its owner's hand, play this card from your hand and you can't activate the main skill for the turn. Pretty solid. I mean, swing with the 30,000. Swing with this guy for crit twice. Use his ability. And... I'm sorry, you swing with the big guy. Use this guy's ability. And then play him and swing for crit and dual attack. There we go. Wow, it has been a long day, and it was a long-ass night as well. Then we have Soul Cleansing Machine. It's a 1-cost field card. If your leader card is an Evil Incarnate card, when one of your Evil Incarnate or Demon cards is played, place the top card of your deck under this card. So this works with both the new and the 2 old Janembas as well. Activate main says if there are 4 or more cards under this card, and you place this card in its owner's drop area, play up to 1 blue skillless Evil Incarnate with energy cost 3 or less from your deck and drop area. So really, it's just letting you play that really big-ass 30,000 beat stick, which might actually be worth playing with all the support for it in this set. Then we've got Janemba Dark Parasite, 4-cost 20,000 with critical. This is actually Janemba Zeno, though. Auto says, if your opponent has 2 or more energy, when this card attacks, your opponent may choose 1 of their battle cards, send it to its owner's warp. If they didn't, draw 1 card and switch 1 of your blue energy to active mode. That's fucking disgusting. This is a really cool, solid card. Then we got Janemba Rampaging Demon. He's a 6-cost 25,000 with crit and dual attack. You EX evolve him for 1 blue energy on a Janemba Zeno with an energy cost of 4. When a card evolves into this card, draw 2 cards, switch this card to active mode. So, you basically would attack. Okay, so what you would do is attack with the... it has to be a 4-cost, though. Damn. Well, you can attack with any of your 4 costs, and then use his ability, switch into active mode, and then dual attack crit. So, pretty solid. I really wish the 3-drop was 4 cost now, so you could attack with the 30k, then attack with him and his dual attack, and then do the same thing with the 6-drop. Although that would be a little bit too much. Then we've got the 5-star ball, Parasitic Darkness. This is 0 cost, gains Dark Dragon Ball in all areas. Activate battle, choose 1 of your cards, it gets plus 5,000 power for the battle. And activate main if you have 2 or more energy, and you choose 1 of your mono blue Janemba cards with an energy cost of 3. Place this card under it, play up to 1 blue Janemba Zeno with an energy cost of 4 from your deck or hand on top of the chosen card in active mode. So it's going to be very easy to get to that as well, because you've got the leader's ability lets you go straight to the 2 cost on turn 2, which will let you go to the 3 cost very early as well. So blue is looking pretty solid. For green, we've got Lord Slug. When this card attacks, you and your opponent draw 1 card. That's a really, really interesting take on this card. Never have we had a card that makes you and your opponent draw like that. So that's really fucking cool. If you have 3 or more green energy, when you activate a Rejuvenate skill, draw 2 cards, flip this card over. So, as soon as you decide to put a card back into your life, you can awaken him. Or you can awaken him in the old-fashioned way, 4 or less. What the? When your life is at 4 or less, you and your opponent may draw 1 card. And then you may switch up to 2 of your energy to active mode. Really, really weird. On the Awakened side, Lord Slug, Rejuvenated Invader. Notice he's got 20,000 power instead of the normal 15,000 power. That is really interesting. Permanent says, if your opponent has 7 or fewer cards in hand, this card gets minus 5,000 power during battles on your opponent's turn. So, your opponent's going to want to keep their hand low to keep your leader at 15,000 instead of 20. That's kind of, it's weird. It's like they made Lord Slug, but he's for the opposite of hand destruction. When this card attacks, you and your opponent draw 1 card. Activate main once per turn. If your opponent has 10 or more cards in their hand, play up to 1 mono-green Slug's Army card with energy cost of 2 or less from your drop area. And we know that we have plenty of those. Also, doesn't Wings reduces... Does he reduce all of Slug's Army cards in your hand? Or does he reduce them in all areas? Because if so, that could really be taken advantage of with all the 3 drops. I'm going to have to go back and look on that one. Then we got Lord Slug, Conqueror Restored. He's a 1 cost 4,000 with Unique. If your leader card is a Slug's Army card, when this card is played from your hand, you and your opponent draw 1 card. At the end of your turn, your opponent chooses up to 1 card in their hand, places it at the bottom of their deck. Activate main if your leader card is a Slug's Army card, and your opponent has 7 or more cards in their hand and 1 or more energy. Choose up to 1 mono-green Slug's Army card with 19,000 power or less in your hand, and play it. You can't activate copies of this skill for the turn. So, you basically draw a card and you make your opponent discard after they draw. So they're not losing any card advantage with that auto, but you're going to have 7 or more cards in hand and 1 or more energy. So that's going to let you just play a good Slug's Army card basically on turn 1. Or maybe 2, depending on how much card advantage they generate in 1 turn. Then we have Metamacha, Invader of Earth. He's a 2 cost 10,000 power. Activate main for 1 green energy. Says, if your leader card is a Slug's Army card, all of your energy is mono green, and you send this card from your drop area to your warp. Add up to 1 card from your life to your hand. Play 1 meta token. Then you and your opponent draw 2 cards. At the end of the turn, your opponent chooses up to 2 cards in their hand, places them at the bottom of their deck. And you can't activate the activate skills of this card for the turn. Wow, that's a lot of shit going on. But this says your opponent chooses up to 2 cards in their hand to place at the bottom. So, why give them the choice? There's no reason not to. There's no negative to that. There's no incentive to... Not really sure what's going on there, unless I just completely read it wrong. Then we've got King Piccolo, Dimensional Conqueror. He's a specified cost of 2 Unison with 15,000 power. He's got Rejuvenate. And he's got Activate main for 1 green energy. If your leader card is mono green, and your opponent has 7 or more cards in their hand, play this card from your hand with a marker on it, and you can't play Unison cards for the turn. His +1 says, Activate main, choose 1 card in your hand, place it under this card. You and your opponent draw 1 card, then you choose 1 green battle card with energy cost of 1 in your hand and play it. At the end of the turn, your opponent chooses 1 card, up to 1 card in their hand, and place it at the bottom of the deck. So, it doesn't force the opponent to, but they also don't want to have more than 7 cards because then it lets you get all your abilities. So, I kind of now see why it doesn't force you to, and it says choose up to. Very interesting. A lot of mind games going on right there. Then we got Lord Slug, thwarter of plans. He just looks like a really stocky, bigger Namekian. I was never really a fan of him anyways, but he's a 3 cost, 15,000 with deflect. Auto Bond 2 says if your leader card is a Slug's army card, when your opponent uses a card in a combo, you may place that card in its owner's drop. If you do, you and your opponent draw one card and then negate the skill for the turn. So, I like that he makes your opponent discard a card every time they combo. Granted, they can just not combo. You wouldn't get your ability, but that may or may not be worth it to them. His other auto says, when this card is removed from your battle area by an opponent's skill or KO'd, if your opponent has 7 or more cards in their hand, play up to 1 green Lord Slug with an energy cost of 1 from your drop area. So, wings? It's really your best bet there. Then we have Lord Slug, Dark Parasite. He's a 4 cost, 20,000. Auto says, if your opponent has 3 or more energy, when this card is played, your opponent may choose one of their unison cards, place it in their owner's drop area. If they didn't, you and your opponent draw one card, then choose all of your opponent's battle cards and KO them. Wow. So, you basically have to choose your unison or everything else you have on the board. Very interesting ability that we have yet to see. But I'm definitely, like, without a doubt, I'd be like, alright, well, buy unison because you can't afford for them to destroy all of your cards unless you just don't have any cards. Then we got Lord Slug, Out of Control. These are the Zeno Lord Slugs. He's a 6 cost, 25,000 with triple strike. EX Evolve for 2 green energy on Lord Slug Zeno with a cost of 4. While this card is in rest mode, your opponent can't attack leader cards or unison cards. So when he's in rest mode, you just have to attack your battle cards, or basically him. So he's kind of like the Deadly Defenders, but bigger and more deadly. Auto says, when this card is removed from your battle area by an opponent's skill, play up to 1 green Lord Slug with an energy cost of 3 from your drop area, and add up to 1 Dark Dragon Ball to your hand. Fishing out the Dragon Balls, and again, getting a free play on another Lord Slug card. Then we've got the 6-star ball, the Parasitic Darkness. It's a 0 cost, permanent, gives it Dark Dragon Ball in all areas. After a battle, you choose one card and it gets plus 5,000 power. And then the other activate main says, if your opponent has 3 or more energy and you choose one of your mono green Lord Slug cards, the energy cost of 3 or 4, place this card under it. Choose up to 1 green Lord Slug Zeno and an energy cost of 4 in your deck or hand. Play it on top of the chosen card in active mode and then shuffle your deck. That's a whole lot. So your opponent's 3 or more energy. You choose a Lord Slug card, 3 or 4, and play it. Okay, and then you choose the Lord Slug Zeno and play it on top of that card. Gotcha. So it's just to get out the previous form so you can play the new one. On the other side of green, we've got the new Turles leader, which I'm actually really looking forward to this one. Permanent says, if a Turles Crusher Corpse card in your battle area would be placed in its owner's drop area by one of your skills, it's sent to its owner's warp instead. So we're actually going to have his Crusher Corpse support, not just Turles himself, so kind of be like getting some Frieza support or the Cooler's Armored Squadron. Auto says, when you place this card in your leader area, place up to 1 the Tree of Might from your deck in your opponent's battle area. So, new field card for Turles, of course, Tree of Might. That's pretty much the only thing he exists for. When this card attacks, add up to 1 card from your life to your hand. Look at up to 5 cards from the top of your deck. Add up to 1 Crusher Corpse card among them to your hand, and then shuffle your deck. So, pretty solid. He gets a Searcher ability, and he gets to get the Tree of Might at the start of the match. So, really solid. I'm kind of bothered by the fact that so much of the card art is covered by this ridiculous wall of text. And then his awakening says, when your life is at 4 or less, or your opponent has 3 or more life face up, you may draw 1 card, switch one of your energy active mode, and flip this card over. You know, I actually would like for them to, at some point, give us like background story on Turles, because we know he was a Saiyan, how he escaped getting destroyed on Planet Vegeta, and how he's looking for this tree of might and all that shit. Be kind of interesting if they did like a prequel series, focusing on like him, Vegeta, Raditz, Bardock, and King Vegeta maybe. If there is a Crusher Corpse card in your battle area and replace it on his drop area by one of your skills, sent to the warp instead. And when this card deals damage, you choose the card your opponent loses from their life. Interesting. So, you get to go ahead and choose which one you're adding to their hand or whatever. So, if they have a card face up and their deck revolves around that new mechanic, you can choose one of their face down cards instead. When this card attacks, draw one card, and its activate means says once per turn, choose one card in your hand, place it at the bottom of your deck, add up to one fruit of the Tree of Might from your drop area to your hand. Ooh! So there's more Tree of Might stuff. I'm actually really looking forward to seeing what this Tree of Might shit does. Let's see. It's not a field card, actually. It's just a regular extra card. It's a 3 cost. Ew. When in a battle area, this card can't be placed in drop areas by your skills. Reduce the combo cost of all Crusher Corpse cards in your opponent's hand and battle area by 1. Hold on, wait. While in a battle area, this card can't be placed in drop areas by your skills. Reduce the combo cost of all Crusher Corpse cards in your opponent's hand and battle area by 1. If all of your opponent's energy is mono green, if this card is in your battle area at the start of your main phase, choose one card in your life and flip it face up. If you do, your opponent adds up to one fruit of the Tree of Might from their deck to their hand, then shuffles their deck if they look through it. Activate main. If your leader card is a Turles Crusher Corpse card, place this card in your opponent's battle area in active mode. If your leader area is a... Okay, but why are you putting the Tree of Might in your opponent's area? How are they getting the fruit? Is all that a typo? Hold on. Let's look at the rest of the cards for a second. Here's the fruit. It's a 1-cost activate battle. If your leader card is a Crusher Corpse card, all of your energy is mono green, and you flip one face-up card in your opponent's life face down. Choose up to one of your leader cards or battle cards that gets plus 20,000 power for the battle. If the chosen card's character name includes Turles, it also gains double strike. Okay, so a plus 20,000. Your energy has to be mono green, and you have to flip one of your opponent's life face down. I'm so confused, though. Does it say why you're putting shit in your opponent? If you can control the opponent's life with his attacks, you'll be one step closer to victory. Let's read this one. Hold on. Turles Cosmic Rogue. He's a 4-cost, 15,000 with unique, deflect, and critical. If you have 3 or more Crusher Corpse cards in your battle area and have 3 or more energy, reduce the energy cost of this card in your hand by 2. So he'd be 2 costs. Alright. During your turn, all Crusher Corpse cards in your battle area get plus 10,000 power. That's fucking solid. He's got deflect, so you'll at least get his ability once. He needs barrier, though, to be really effective with that. Probably way too good, though. When this card attacks, choose one of your opponent's battle cards and KO it. So he just straight up kills shit. I'm loving this Turles stuff. Holy crap. But I'm still confused as to the way the ability works. We've recreated the plotline of Tree of Might, absorbing Earth's energy to bear its fruit, allowing your leader to awaken. Just like in the anime, the fruit gives massive power to the Crusher Corpse. Add Tree of Might to your opponent's hand using the Tree of Might. But this effect is limited. You'll have to the skill on Cosmic Road to return it to your deck, gaining latent card advantage in the process. Okay, am I too fucking tired to understand what the hell this combo is? Because this says add the fruit to your hand. Reduce the combo cost of all Crusher Corpse cards in your opponent's hand and battle area by 1. If all of your opponent's energy is mono green, if this card's in your battle area at the start of your main phase, choose one card in your life, flip it face up. If you do, your opponent adds up to 1 Fruit of the Tree of Might from their deck to their hand. But how is it in their deck? There's nothing here that states why the fuck this card would be in their deck. Am I missing something? Turles, Invader of Earth is a 1-cost 4,000 power unique. When this card is played, flip up to 1 card in your opponent's life face up. If your leader card is a Turles Crusher Corpse card, when this card attacks, look at the 5 cards from the top of your deck. Combo with up to 5 Crusher Corpse cards among them, then shuffle your deck. Holy shit. That's crazy. It allows him to get some big power. Let's see, we got Amond, Invader of Earth. He's a 3-cost 9,000. He's got a 1-cost to combo, but 3,000 combo power. What is going on with this Crusher Corpse shit? If your leader card is a Turles Crusher Corpse card, and this card was used in combo from your deck or hand, when this card will be placed in its owner's drop area from a combo area, you may play it in rest mode instead. Okay, so you combo them to get them out. See, that Tree of Might... Is that a typo, though? Because you would want it to reduce your, like, the combo power when you use it, not your opponent's. Hydrate main. For 1 green, send this card to its owner's warp. Choose one of your opponent's battle cards, energy cost 5 or more, and KO it. You can't play copies of this card for the turn. Then we got Dies, Invader of Earth. See, he could be a Saiyan. I don't think he could be. He's got armor, but this guy could be another Saiyan. I don't remember the movie, so I'm not sure. He's a 2-cost 9,000 with a combo cost of 1 for 3,000. If your leader card is a Crusher Corpse card, and this card is used in combo from your deck or hand, when this card will be placed in its owner's drop area, you may play in rest mode instead. Now, when this card is played, look at up to 3 cards from the top of your deck. Choose up to 1 Crusher Corpse card among them, add it to your hand. I am feeling like Tree of Might is going to be a very successor-heavy deck, and I love it. I'm almost wanting to use the Tree of Might to do like the Cell successor shit from Set 9. Ooh, that's going to be some fun-ass shit here. Then we got Turles, Dark Parasite. He's a 4-cost 20,000 with a blocker. When this card activates his blocker skill or is removed from your battle area by an opponent's skill, your opponent may choose 1 card in their hand and discard it. If they don't, draw 1 card, flip up to 1 card in your opponent's life face up. So you can use that Tree of Might. Or the fruit. Then we have Turles, Chaotic Rampage is a 6-cost 25,000 with critical and double strike. EX Evolve with 2 green energy on a Turles Zeno with a cost of 4, so that'd be the one we just looked at. Now, when a card evolves into this card, switch this card to active mode, then your opponent chooses 1 card in their hand, sends it to their warp. Flip up to 2 cards in your opponent's life face up. Once per turn, when this card attacks, combo with up to 1 green battle card from your drop area with its skills negated for the turn. Ah, that's a shame. You could combo and do some shenanigans with super combos or something. Or the other cards that come into play. Big missed opportunity there. 4-star ball, Parasitic Darkness. If your opponent has 2 or more energy and you choose one of your mono-green Turles cards with an energy cost of 3 or 4, place it under it. You may choose 1 green Turles Zeno card with an energy cost of 4 in your deck or hand, play it on top of the chosen card in active mode. So that's the easier way to get out the Zeno card, and then you just EX Evolve on top of it. Then for yellow, we've got what have we all been waiting for? A Whis Leader, finally! Resurrection of F Saga. I don't know why we had to wait for this to get a Whis Leader. Like, holy crap. When this card attacks, draw 1 card. Once per turn, if it's your opponent's turn, when a yellow skillless battle card with... What? If it's your opponent's turn, when a yellow skillless battle card with 15,000 power is placed in your drop area from your combo area, you may play it from your drop area. Interesting. When your life is 4 or less, or you have a yellow unison card with a specified cost of 2 in play, like that dope-ass Gogeta, You may draw one card, switch up to one of your energy to active mode, add cards from your life to your hand until you have 6 life left, and flip this card over. So, turn 2 Awakening. I like it. Awaken side. Attack, draw a card. Once your opponent's turn, when a yellow skillless battle card with 15,000 power is placed in your drop area combo, play it from your drop area. Activate main. Once per turn, for 1 yellow energy, choose 1 yellow Son Goku or Vegeta with an energy cost of 2 in your battle area, place it in the drop area. Choose up to 1 yellow battle card from your deck or hand with an energy cost of 3, an EX Evolve skill, and the same character name as the card you placed in its owner's drop area, and play it. Weird. So you're comboing the 15Ks, they're coming into play, and then the Awakened gives you an ability to play an EX Evolve for them. And to go along with Whis, we've got his sister, Vados, Cosmic Aid. She is also a specified cost of 2, so goes perfect with the leader. 15,000 power. When your opponent attacks, you may choose 1 yellow skillless battle card in your hand or drop area and combo with it. If you do, negate this skill for the turn. So, I mean, why would you need an ability to do that, though? Oh, because you can combo with it from your drop area. I see. Okay. Fair. Activate main, +1. Choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards a unison card. Switch it to rest mode. -4 says play up to 2 skillless battle cards of 15,000 power from your deck or drop area. I don't know how I feel about this. I don't know how I feel about it, because like, I don't want to play skillless, but I want to play Whis. We got a Goku, 2-drop 15k. We got a Vegeta, 2-drop 15k. We got a new Beerus, 1-drop, 4,000 power. When this card is played, look up to 5 cards from the top of your deck. Add up to 1 yellow skillless battle card or yellow unison card. Specified cost of 2. Add it to your hand. When you use a yellow skillless battle card in a combo, draw 1 card. You can't activate the auto skill on copies of this card for the turn. I mean, so it lets you draw over and over again. Your turn or your opponent's turn, as long as you're comboing. So that's not terrible. We got Son Goku, Deity's Disciple. Ugh. 3 cost, 20,000. Critical, EX Evolve for 1 yellow. Draw 1 card. On a yellow Son Goku, energy cost of 2. When this card attacks, choose one of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode and KO it. Ooh, solid. So it goes right along there with the Vados. When this card is removed from your battle area by an opponent's skill, play up to 1 yellow Vegeta with energy cost of 2 from your deck or drop area. Shuffle your deck if you look through it. So, when they KO it with a skill, Goku gets replaced by Vegeta. I'm guessing the Vegeta probably has a similar ability. Or maybe not, because Vegeta's selfish like that. 3 cost, 20,000, Double Strike. EX Evolve for 1 yellow. When your opponent activates a counter skill during a battle with this card, you may switch this card to active mode. If you do, negate this card's skills for the turn. When this card is removed from your area by an opponent's skill, play up to 1 yellow Son Goku with energy cost 2. Oh, so they do play off each other. So when they're guilded by skills and not by battle, then they get to bring out the 2 costs, which you can then either EX Evolve them for 1 energy, or you could play them with Whis' abilities. Interesting. And then on the other side of yellow, we've got a new Frieza leader, because we needed one of those, right? Permanent says, if all of your life is face up, you lose the game. Interesting. Since Turles basically likes flipping your cards face up because he doesn't like you keeping secrets. When you take damage, flip cards in your life face up equal to the damage taken instead. Interesting. So then, how do you get any of the cards from your life? When you take damage, flip cards in your life face up equal to the damage taken instead. So you just flip it face up, you don't actually take the card. Cards in life can only be flipped face up by skills on mono yellow cards. You can't add face up cards in your life to your hand. Oh, you just can't get them then. Okay, well that answers that for me. That would really suck if you had a secret rare or a super combo or something that was there and then you could never get it. When you place this card in your leader area, activate up to 1 cutting edge recovery device from your deck. Another field card or another card like Tree of Might. Let's see. When your life is at 5 or less, choose 1 cutting edge recovery device in your battle area, place it in its owner's drop area, then flip this card over. But wait, you can't add you can't add face-up cards in your life to your hand. I'm confused. Frieza resurrected. If all your energies face up, or all your life is face up, you lose the game. Cards in your life can only be flipped face up by skills and mana, and you can't add face up cards to your hand. Okay, so maybe it's you can't add the face up cards. You can only add the face down cards. Okay, so that makes sense. Never mind. I'm just dumb today. Activate battle. Once per turn, place one card from your life in your drop area. Draw one card. This card gets plus 5,000 and double strike for the turn. Cutting Edge Recovery Device is a 10 cost. Jeez. It is a field card. It does have barrier. Auto says, once per turn, when a card in your life is flipped face up, choose one of your opponent's cards and switch it to rest mode. So kind of a counter to the negative effects of your leader. Activate Main says, once per turn, if all of your energy is mono yellow and you choose one card in your life and one yellow Frieza's army card in your battle area, place them in their own drop areas. Draw two cards. Choose one mono yellow Frieza's army card or yellow unison card in your hand and place it in your life face up. Activate Main/Battle says if you have 3 or more face-up cards in your life and you place this card in its owner's drop area, you may flip your leader card to its backside. If you do, place the top card of your deck in your life face up. So all about gaining life with that recovery device. We got a new Ginyu Unison card, specified 2 cost, 15,000 with Rejuvenate. If your leader card is yellow and all your energy is mono yellow, when this face-up card in your life is placed in your drop area, if you don't have a Unison in play, you may play it with a marker on it. Its +1 says, activate main, you may place one face-up card in your life under this card. If you do, choose one yellow battle card in your hand and place it in your life face-up, then draw one card. So you're pretty much going to have like an infinite amount of life, but at the same time, you're going to still lose if all that life ends up face up. So though we have Frieza trained at last, he's at 3 cost, 19,000 with double strike. Auto for 1 yellow energy. If your leader card is a yellow Frieza's army card and all your energy is mono yellow, when this face up card in your life is placed in your drop area, play this card from your drop area. If your leader card is a yellow Frieza's army card and you place one face-up card from your life in your drop area, when your opponent plays a battle card, you may choose that card and switch it to rest mode. If you do, draw one card and negate this skill for the turn. So he's basically got a built-in Crusher Ball. Ooh, that's not bad. And you can play him for 1 yellow energy. That's pretty cool. And he doesn't even have unique. He doesn't even have unique, so you could have like 2 or 3 of these Friezas and just have Crusher Balls in play. That's really fucking cool. That's funny as hell, too. Then we have Frieza, the Onslaught begins. He's a 2 cost, 5,000 blocker. Auto for 1 yellow. If your leader card is a yellow Frieza's army card, and all your energy is mono yellow, when this face-up card in your life is placed in your drop area, play this card from your drop area. If it's your turn, when this card is played, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards that energy costs a 4 or less in rest mode and kill it. So he kills the stuff, the other one puts it in rest mode, and really, this stuff just says it has to be a Frieza's army. Just a yellow Frieza's army card. That's wild. That has a lot of flexibility with older leaders and old support. And then lastly, we have Frieza Divine Transformation. He's a 5 cost, 25,000 deflect, double strike, and blocker. This card can't be removed from your battle area by your opponent's skills, so you gotta run his ass over. If your leader card is yellow, when this card is played, choose all your opponent's battle cards in rest mode, KO them, and flip one face-up card in your life face down. At the end of the turn, switch this card to active mode. Jeez. Once per turn, when your opponent activates a counterattack skill, choose 2 of their cards, switch them to rest mode, and they can't be switched to active mode until the end of your opponent's next turn. That's pretty solid. This Frieza's not fucking around, man. I'm digging it. I'm actually really digging a lot of the stuff in this set that I didn't think I was going to. Alright, let's take a look at Omega Shenron and wrap this shit up. He's an 8 cost, 30,000 with unique. Activate main says for 1 yellow, choose 1 mono yellow Shadow Dragon card with an energy cost of 4 or less in your battle area. Place it in its owner's drop area. Draw 1 card, and then play this card from your hand. Fucking excuse me, huh? What we're playing a 8 cost 30,000 with 1 yellow. I mean, he doesn't have any other skills, but what? Once per turn, if your leader card is a yellow Shadow Dragon card and you send one mono yellow Shadow Dragon with energy cost between 2 and 4 that isn't a Sin Shenron card from your drop area to its owner's warp, add up to one card from your life to your hand, and this card gains the skills of the card you sent to the warp with this skill until the end of your opponent's next turn. So you could just literally... So you play him for one yellow energy, and then depending on what you warp, he can gain double strike, crit, etc. Ew. Ew, that can be stupid busted for one energy? That's actually fucking insane. Alright, well, that's going to go ahead and wrap this video up here. So that's the end of the designer notes. We got a peek into blue, green, and yellow. And I gotta say, I'm really digging the... I hate it, because I was digging Janemba before, but then everybody jumped on Janemba, so I stopped. I'm liking the Janemba stuff, though. I'm liking the PyCon stuff. I want to see that the PyCon and the Gogeta stuff really go somewhere. Basically, 8-drop Gogeta is more or less like Cell, except not as cool because he's not Cell. Turles, on the other hand, I want to like that. I really do. The Tree of Might stuff seems really cool. Seems like a really fun deck to be able to play and, you know, splash some Successor in, or just drown it in Successor because it's just all over that. But I don't know. The Tree Might has to be like typoed the hell out of. Otherwise, I'm just not understanding all the stuff that it says being your card about your opponent. So correct me if I'm wrong, guys, or just help me figure it out because I'm just too tired to think about it, honestly. But yeah, and then Whis, yellow. Like we finally get a Whis leader. The yellow cards are interesting for sure, but it's not what I wanted. Like I wanted a Whis leader, and I wanted Whis I wanted a bunch of Whis cards to beat their face down. Not Whis is your leader, and then he brings out Goku and Vegeta's. I mean, it's a cool concept, and I hope to see it go somewhere, but it's not quite what I wanted. So, all in all, I gotta say, I think Turles is what I'm looking forward to the most out of all of the colors, but... Or maybe Gohanks. I don't know. I'm actually really liking the Turles stuff. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. What do you think is the best color out of what we've seen so far? And, please, for the love of God, somebody help me figure out that Tree of Might, because I'm just not getting it. Or again, it's just a typo. Or I'm just too fucking tired, and I'm dyslexic as shit. Who knows? With that, though, we're going to go ahead and get the frig out of here. And we'll see you guys in the next video.